My name is Ruth Flowers. I'm a visual artist based in East Durham, and I work predominantly in ceramics, painting and textiles. I had like a good conversation with another artist about my practice, and they basically was just like, Ruth, you collect stories, that's what you do. And I guess that they're right, really, because a lot of my inspirations have come from folklore. So yeah, I collect stories and I create worlds. That's how I see my practice. When I heard about the Digital Test Commission, I got like really excited because like my work's predominantly more like craft based. And I wanted to sort of like elevate what I do and bring it up to make it a bit more contemporary, I guess. And like, I'm a big fan of like playing cozy games. So I was like, how can I work this in? And of course, like with all my interests in folklore as well, it was something that actually came out of another workshop that I was doing, where somebody was asking me about, oh, have you ever read anything about SCPs? And I was like, what are you on about SCPs? And it turns out that SCP stands for Secure, Contain and Protect. And it's essentially kind of like the X-Files for like conspiracy and urban legends. And like that kind of took me down a bit of a rabbit hole looking at like online digital folklore. And so I was really excited about that and wanted to like explore that further. And around about the same time as the commission came out, I'd attended this like online talk that was sort of discussing the pros and cons of the internet, because like I'm of a generation that sort of grew up like just as the internet was sort of becoming a thing. So I kind of had this sort of relationship with like play before like digital. And I knew like after that talk as well, when they were discussing the pros and cons of the internet, like a lot of the things that came from that was like the good things were rooted in real life interactions, and they just sort of embellished those sort of get-togethers. So I knew I definitely wanted to create something where I was getting people physically together in a room. And so to cut a long story short, basically I created a workshop where we were doing a series of games, like hands-on games that were sort of pulling together different elements of storytelling that we fed to AI, and the AI sort of created this new digital folklore for us. And I've created work in response to that. So yeah, that was a bit of waffle, but it felt a bit kind of like pulling off a magic trick using AI with that. It's like, yeah, like I thought going into this digital commission, I was going to get really bogged down with all the technology of it all. And actually I've come away being like more aware of how human we are. Aside from funds, I would say like the opportunity to sort of think outside the box a bit and like stretch my wings creatively, like I kind of touched upon before. It was like, it's challenged me for sure, but it's really inspired me as well. And we've had like interesting conversations, like where we've gone on like mad tangents, I think, like talking about what it means to be human. And it's just made me look at my practice through a different lens. And it's also like been really nice to get to know some other artists, like in the Northeast and wider in some cases, that like who are also influenced by similar subjects.